Hey you guys, it's been a while. I've been quite ill lately, but I thought it's probably a good time to talk about how my second market went. So as usual, let's dive right into it. I think for a while now, I have these ideas of things I want, and I keep looking around to see if I can buy them anywhere. But usually if I see them, it's not quite how I wanted. Or when I do find it, it comes from very far away from New Zealand. That shipping fee usually is more than the actual product. And that's the reason why when I started to think, well, why not start making them myself? And one of the easy things I could get started was stickers, being an artist myself. And after a while, I thought maybe I could start selling them as well. And at the start of the year, we had our first market in Dunedin, and then we just had our second one in April in Christchurch at an event called Armageddon Expo. And for those who's from outside of New Zealand, Armageddon Expo is pretty much a anime/game con in New Zealand, and it's an event that I always enjoy going to. So I was pretty nervous to go to such a big event as my second place to take my products. And during those preparation times, which I had about 2 months after the first one, I had these thoughts that, nobody's gonna buy my products. There's better products out there, so why would people buy my stuff? But then, as you know, I've already signed up. It's what usually happens when you sign up for events, is that you put your name down and pay for fees months ahead of the actual event. So what's done is done. I have no choice but to actually prep for the event. And so I did. I worked every night to prep all the products. And now that it happened, the learning I could take from it is that there is no point thinking about everything. I don't know what will sell, so you just gotta make what you can and see what happens. I'll explain how I reached to that conclusion with mixing the story of how the actual event went. The first point I'd like to touch up on is just explaining how I've been viewing my products and how that leads to lack of my confidence at the moment. I think as any starting business owner or anyone who's just doing these for hobby, we do tend to worry about what if my things don't sell? What if my crafts and art just won't be liked by people? But as we know, people's values and our own values don't always align, and people's preferences usually are influenced by their surroundings and their environments that they've lived in for majority of their life. So everyone has a different story. Unless you get to know those people individually, just like a best friend, I don't think we'll know what would hit their spot or not. So without doing a crazy marketing research that I don't really want to get into, we'll keep it light. I think what I try to do is just including as many likable elements as possible in my product. Now what does that mean? It just means that I want the products to be fun to look at, it's easy to use, and the highest quality that I could produce within my means. And whether if it's sustainable or not, it's one of the biggest value for me when I'm creating things. With sticker products, for example, I'd like to go with paper options rather than PVC and vinyls. I've been trying different printers and I've been trying different suppliers. It's still kind of a ongoing search at the moment to see what works the best in terms of the cost, but also whether customers would be happy with the product. But I guess, that kind of searching is part of the fun as someone who's making things. I also think about how I want my products to be both enjoyed by men and women, because personally I prefer styles that have cool and quirky but a little bit of cute rather than sweet and girly styles. So I'm hoping I can reach out to those people as well. So those are the things that I've been thinking more about as I continue to make my own sticker products. What used to be a project that was just for fun and the drawings were just done in my doodle books is now starting to take a shape into products that I'd like to almost use it as a way to connect with people who's looking for similar things as I am. But again, when it comes to events, I don't know what would be popular, so I try to prepare a variety of things or variety of styles. And not to mention that the event was mainly focused on, animes, games, and characters from those. I've tried to include some fan art as well and see what people liked. And so moving on to point 2, what I've actually noticed at the event is that the first market and second market being in a different location and context of the event really changes what people are looking to buy. And at this particular event, I also found myself quickly going through the entire place, like scanning for characters I like from the games I play. So I would assume that a lot of people were doing the same as well, just looking for their fave characters. And I guess to state the obvious is if you can get your customers to notice your products, then you're already halfway there. So this time around, I don't think in the last event many sticker packs sold, possibly due to not having any packaging and people weren't really sure what they were looking at on the display. So this time around I packed all of them in bags and put a little labels so they can see what the bag is actually including. This time I had a big cork board display placed on the table, so when people are walking by they can just take a quick look, as well as glancing at the fan art prints on the wall behind us. And yeah, that seemed to have worked because prints sold too, but I think more people were noticing the sticker packs and the individual stickers were next to them if they decided to want to look for something that's not in the packs. And the interesting thing I noticed is with events like that, I have a feeling customers like to enjoy the shopping experience. So there were quite a few people who enjoyed looking through a basket full of stickers to see if anything caught their eyes from that and just, have the freedom to choose what they like. And so it made me think that maybe it would be fun to have little sections where people can interact with your product. Perhaps maybe some prints can be in clear files that people can just look through and sort of shorten the physical distance between customer and products. It's something I'd like to try next time. Which I think if you're into like display design of your shop, you'll probably have a lot of fun planning this stuff. Me, I think I'm slowly getting there. Still feels like a big puzzle. But as I mentioned at the start, Imposter Syndrome has been my biggest challenge. As usual, it is by far the trickiest problem that I'm trying to deal with, and it's a problem in my mind and in yours if you also go through the same feelings. Just the whole context of business and being surrounded by other vendors who's been doing it for years, it's really easy to start comparing yourself with others, even though you don't need to. And so my brain starts to infest on all the self-doubts and it spirals around to thinking that no one's gonna buy my products. But in the corner of your brain, you're also scared of what if everything sells and I've got nothing to sell the next day. I don't know, just everything becomes a worry, unfortunately. But I think you just need to look at the fact that if it's selling, then it's selling. People like it, it's great. But if it's some things that don't sell, then I guess it's just time to, try things that would improve that issue. So it's basically a feedback, and there's no bad thing in trying, I don't think. So I'm telling myself, whether if I believe in myself or not, let's just focus on making good products and see what happens. It definitely helped that I got to do this again with Ashley, aka Struggling, as well as we had a support of my partner driving us around and dropping all the things we needed at the market. So having people around you is very, very So yeah, there were a lot of scary moments, but it was definitely worth the experience. Like this one time, there was this cute couple where the boyfriend bought my sticker pack and gifted it immediately to his girlfriend right there. And she was so happy. So it's nice to see my doodly cats bringing smiles to people. And for those who are curious about how much I've made minus the cost, it's right here. For a while, my goal will be to just keep bringing my vision together and attend events when I could to, connect with more people. So yeah, hopefully, as slow I may be, I can keep doing this. But anyway, I hope the video gave you some insights and what it's like to sell at events. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Take care, everyone. Bye!